carnage as far as he's concerned. And looking to go one further, Alexi B still with something to stand on here in the pistol. Heavy God's gonna come run him down. Whew. Not let him get away with any more health than he has to. 17 HP for Alexi B as he sprints his way over to this A site, but just as fast on the rotation are two of the G2 players, and this is where this one ends. It is all about Heavy God inside of the caves to kick us off on Ancient.
What a monster, man. His Deagle clip back on Dust too as well. Yeah, he let it rip. That's nearly 400 straight damage from him. Brought a lot of decoys into this round, so turned away from a fake flash right away, but got his crosshair back in the perfect spot. Turned that split into a one choke point hit.
Wonderful Deagle to walk up on Hunter here with the grenade primed. Lets the bullets sail. Ooh, good wall bang. That's gonna turn Makaze. Sets up Mattis easy peasy. And watch as the dominoes fall. It's a small hope, but if there's any hope, it's that Alexi B flashbang. Make Malbs panic. He falls off of it, covered by the boost, and so vision regained, control of the situation regained, and a little money made as well by Sun Pius, making the most of the SMG there in the mid.
I do like the G2 when we saw the cap plays on Dust 2, that this really spills over onto both sides when it comes to G2's Ancient. They can be super threatening, low numbers, very good at their contact explodes. They're on a 4-map streak here on Ancient. 1 win at Cluj, 2 at Krakow, 1 at the Major. Very good on both halves of the map.
Damn, going through the flames, Makaze, you're done.
So cooked. I don't even know what.
2 incendiaries and the frag grenade never stood a chance coming out middle of that round.
I don't even know if he saw a way out. He had to run back into that smoke right away.
It felt like for the end of that, he just kind of gave up.
Yeah,
like,
just shot 1 extra bullet.
I mean, he wasn't going to get out of the fire. No smoke to extinguish it by the looks of things. And so sometimes you just have to accept destiny. Little layered cage defense. You may lose Mattis down beneath you, but Heavy God thought he was going to be able to lock Alexi in. You've got Hunter here, limited to the MP9. Rotate's starting to come over with that Sun Pius off at a low health Malbs, but Hunter actually jumps off the angle, and that's going to allow for the bomb plant. SMG doesn't quite get a chance to duel back into it. Now you've got the smoke in front of you, which even offers a bit of time for these AKs to reposition.
You also have, 1 last smoke here on short side. Oh, that's so nice from Sun Pius.
Dropping a smoke on Alexi, forcing his hand forward, and then predicting the move, goes for the mow down. Now low HP for the first 2, and almost had a chance at the headshot in the backdrop, but instead Sun Pius with the triple goes ahead and grabs the op, and G2 go 3-0 out of the gate on map 2.
Last 4 Na'Vi opponents have got a combined 20 rounds versus Na'Vi.
Sorry, last 4?
4.
Last 4 opponents combined 20, averaging 5 rounds per game.
Yes. Na'Vi have absolutely been secretly destroying, but that, so they didn't play it here at Cluj. They only played it once in Krakow, and they got 3 here. So, you know, some of that has aged a bit. Obviously, a lot of that probably had to do with, if I had to look, Wonderful.
Sure.
Who tore through the Major. So that's one thing. But I'm not even kidding. That's a 90% B-side round win percentage. 90%.
Knowing that that stat is fueled by the Major and then having to accept the reality that we haven't seen that version of Na'Vi since.
Yeah. Let's just go make sure it was Wonderful.
I think to Knight's game here on Ancient.
Actually, it was Makaze.
Oh, he's going to chase that down. No way. Tech 9 straight into Mattis. Once again, kind of flushing players out of cave. They try to trade their way, but Heavy God again and again with the multi-kills. So a Tech-9 frag that was hoping to roll with momentum. Instead, it is just Na'Vi back to the 2v4. And with the damage on Heavy God, single point of health left, why not take your chance at him? And he's actually going to step forward while you think you can grab guns. Okay. All of a sudden, back within the realm of possibility. Makaze and Wonderful, a kill a pop. Sunpius is again finding multi-frags. And Wonderful just wants the spawn plant, but that'll be disallowed. A triple kill here for Sunpius. And he is off to the races. 8-1, 4 rounds into play.
So this one's actually caught me off guard a bit, but all 3 of those wins back at the major was a Makaze top frag. Okay, I'm talking about a 1.70 rating with 6% round swing, a 1.7 rating with 6% round swing, and a 2.54 rating with 14% round swing for Makaze, 90% of their T rounds. Now, we are 4 rounds into it.
Sure.
And he hasn't done that yet.
Nope, he hasn't done much.
He hasn't done that yet.
But,
so, yeah, again, it has been a while, but it was actually Makaze, interestingly enough.
I'm not sure if that's like a silver lining or if it's just more damning that, like, if it's not Wonderful and recently Wonderful's ability hasn't quite, his 2026 hasn't been up to the Budapest standard, does that mean that it's more likely that Na'Vi can take back over this game?
Makaze's last 3 months, ancient rating is 1.98.
Oh my god. Okay, it's kind of inhuman.
Okay.
We'll be sat back waiting for it to happen.
Cookout. And Alexi's the meat.
You say 1.98 average over 3 months?
Yeah, well, it's, you know, it's over 3 months, but it's basically the major in Krakow.
Sure.
Still. That's kind of crazy. That could all change today.
Yeah. Finding some dominance at the moment. Up to 9-1 now. Sunpius' sniper is straight up winning rounds. So 5-0. They can convert man advantage this time around. And a lot of that at the hands of the Spaniard. That is tucked into the corner. Got Makaze to deal with. And the man who's meant to dominate Ancient finds one towards Cave, starts to put pressure on Malbs, who will drop his smoke grenade and tuck into the corner, operating alongside Heavy God, who yet again will be tasked to hold back Cave. And as he gives it a little bit of a jiggle, they are able to pressure him off his position. Now Malbs has slightly less support. Flashbang comes out, he's full blind, and they don't actually pounce on it. Hunters found the kill elsewhere, starting to force Na'Vi into this. Malbs is able to dodge the threat, and it is flawless stuff from the man disadvantage. And so Sunpius' opening kill does turn into that 5-0 start.
That was actually a really important flash. They threw the flash, blinded them, but Alexi ran out as it popped. And if not, the guy in the corner is dead. Would have been full blind. So a small but important detail to allow Malbs to really get this clip together. Quick 5-0 start. Sunpius online. It's what you love to see.
Slick turnaround from G2 thus far. They were up 7-3 on Dust 2, however, before Na'Vi just took over the game. With that recent wound, not even the G2 fans are going to get ahead of themselves with this one. Singular AK from Makaze continuously just getting boosted once over the smoke at the start of the round. Now this boost to try to catch it. Hunter clearly saw him, decides not to go back at that jump again. Makaze stomps a couple of times just to give away the audio, and now takes a sniff at the red room. Yeah. So it's him versus Hunter in what could be a critical opening fight for this single AK. But for now, he's just going to sit there.
Yeah, so they don't put extremity pressure on right now. You know, Makaze's kind of got to take it slow. I think it's very clear to G2 that something's going on. They don't have control of mid right now. And Na'Vi are quite spread out. Bomb is still at elbow, thinking about going maybe towards B. I don't know if this is a fake, actually.
Yeah, Two smokes in. Mattis plays in front of it.
And Makaze's going to come and double check Donut here.
Alexi's going to jump through those smokes. Makaze comes back and clears Malbs. Sure, the B bomb site holds its own, but it's going to be Sunpius. Kind of flustered now on A. Well played by Emet to find the timing, catch the headshot. Critical moment for him as he puts his hands onto the op and then holds the line, tagging Hunter on that jump over. You've got the Heavy God retake trying to set it up alongside Hunter, but now your Donut player has been cut off, and Navi's first round win is going to come by way of a single AK from Makaze, that double back into Donut off of the B fake. And a B fake that didn't get anything, right? Just straight up got stopped, but still strong stuff from Navi with the note of Emek coming out A. Insta headshot on Sunpius' op.
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to Sunpius. He was in a great spot, actually. Saw all three players. Couldn't find one pick off. It got a little awkward for him, and not shooting the first one makes sense. Second guy peeks out from the left, didn't expect him to commit to it. Then he looks at long, and suddenly the round's over. But handing that op over to Immo was just a bridge too far. That's quite a big gift here for Navi. And we are seeing some of that Makaze impact shine through, like very key peaks and timings. Not overplaying his hand inside of mid, coming back to Donut. He was a part of the greater plan in that round.
Wonderful dose. He's got Heavy God locked into the side. That frag grenade came out. He's seen no movement since, but Heavy God swings it in with a double kill. And Wonderful still waiting for the peak. Eventually it comes back, so we get a rebuttal. But it's a 2 versus 3 for Navi to have to handle. Makaze late walkout mid, catches Malb. Sure, bomb is now freed up to leave.
Ooh.
What felt like an all-in B commitment is now going to feel like a rotate towards A. But Makaze is found out by Sunpius' rotate back over, and they could still consider this an A commitment because of that smoke going up, when in reality, Wonderful will have a one-on-one towards B.
Yeah, he threw that one so quickly. They're going to split the difference here. But an op approaching, is there a chance that Hunter's in danger? I mean, he is playing tucked right now. There is so much time left on the clock. And Sunpius can shove himself into A main, but I think he is actually going to die.
Clear cave, and Hunter's done.
Oh, he still hit
turned.
it. Woo, what a shot. Whoa, now it gets really scary. So it is the smoke from Makaze that scared Sunpius enough that puts him in now an awkward spot.
Ooh, man, battle of the oppers. But the reality is Sunpius has been lights out so far on Ancient. He's approaching this with his pistol, though. USP, Wonderful turns. That should be his end, and executed with ease as he considers the same route that he came through with. After all of the dominance from Sunpius so far, add a clutch to the tally, shall we?
Yeah, that was... It's hard to say, that's obviously a matter of timing here, as Wonderful is just trying to figure out where Sunpius may have rotated through. 1 second away from guaranteeing that kill coming in. Probably a round that shouldn't have come close, however. It's a very nice moment for Sunpius to pick off Makaze. Wow.
What a moment for somebody like Sunpius, who the conversation has been quite negative surrounding, to truly come alive. Like, this is a takeover type of form, right? As G2 face elimination, trying to build on the momentum of Krakow. After having come to Cluj with a difficult set of opponents in front of them, you got a map off of Vitality. You could argue they should have beat Paravision, but Paravision are so kind of, so difficult to topple. 3-map series both times. That's what sent them down to the 0-2 pool. So easy to just give up and accept your negative fate. But G2 have fought back, lose an opening map, and now off Sunpius, 11-2, have a substantial CT lead. The man is showing grit. Navi going to show us an A-site emphasis. Hunter drops flames in front of it. Alexi still just charges right through. And then the spray comes out from Malbs. Sunpius has lost his angle, but still was able to catch Alexi before that smoke went up. And so Mattis has inched his way out through Donut. Flash to set that up. Mattis looking still, scouring the field, trying to find his next contact. Gets tagged by the AWP, forced to dive into the cover. Oh, Heavy God goes wide, and Sunpius catching his angle in, pushes this onto Ime. 1 versus 2. A pinch from CT spawn. Another chance at the Temple fight, and it's Heavy God in with a headshot for his triple kill this round.
Crazy chaotic situations, very close calls all the way through. G2 come out ahead of this one, and it is by a hair. I can't believe that Wonderful got 2 op shots on Mattis, who was just floating behind the smoke. He started freaking out when he was out there by default.
Much easier route by this time. We've seen Na'Vi players stuffed by the flames, but Malbs will just pop open smoke and catch one. Makaze's got the cover. Sunpius is just on the prowl trying to hunt down these targets. Sitting pretty, 13-2. Bit takes the boost, but just missed timing on Heavy God. Will be given that info. And now you've got Sunpius' attention. He'll walk over and clear this. Or not. Na'Vi turned away for the moment.
They don't even have one in CT watching for Makaze's potential lurk. He's been here every round. All right. Heavy God comes back to check on it. Thing is, if Makaze comes back from window again to double peek Donut, this could be pretty scary. The smoke. Ooh, the smoke, man. CT's have just no vision right now. Now they're going to really try to create some tension over here on B. Makaze will probably just lurk out on whenever timing he pleases, but it still comes down to these first entries.
Beautiful, Mattis. Flash goes slightly by. He jumps on it. Sunpius not missing chances to strike down opponents. No bomb possession here for Makaze. He's really trying to be the silver lining of Na'Vi, but not quite the statistical anomaly that he has been in the last 3 months. Turned towards Red Room. Sunpius with a team kill somehow. Just blows his teammate away.
On Mattis?
But yeah, right at the end there. On somebody.
What the heck?
It's like after the round is over. But at this point, the money's flowing. The rounds are getting racked up. Watch this. Just get out of the way, bro. Never stand in front of the bull. If you do, expect the horns.
They finally take him out.
Ooh, nice shot. Hunter through the smoke. Not letting Ime get away with any presence out middle. Desperate act here by Na'Vi in the 10th round. Got to do whatever the hell they can with these pistols out middle. There's been really strong tethering between G2's players so far on this CT side. Mattis has to give it a little space over here, which could actually open up a possibility.
About A, so it's a done situation. I mean, this half has just been riddled with small mistakes. I feel like they're going to change the outcome, but every time G2 find a way to win, no matter what. Is this going to be another one?
Setting up the retake utility while Malbs clears the doors. Careful now. They are right there ready to push. Yeah, they're going to find you with the nades out. Both players try to pull util, but Hunter still lines up the headshots. And then the deep push also gets punished. It is Heavy God through with the close and another one to the the G2 squad.
All they are is close calls, and I think if there's anything to make up for Dust 2, it's going to be a CT side like this, because back on Dust 2 was Na'Vi with all the close calls and yet a flawless half overall. That's kind of what we're seeing here in this game. So they're really sticking it to what, you know, I'm sure Na'Vi felt was one of their strongest halves on any map. And we are still seeing some, you know, really high impact kills out of Mikaze, but that's kind of it, unfortunately. No one else is getting multi-kills or trades that that would make you believe they were so good on this T side.
Yeah, Wonderful is the only other player on Na'Vi with any multi-kills so far throughout this map, and he's only got one. This Heavy God Sun Pius combo at the moment is just immovable. Even with, like you said, a couple of mistakes, G2 still get away with the round wins. It was feeling like this one as well, right? Caught with utility, both players thinking they had the room to pull out smokes and mollies. I don't think so. Na'Vi jumped on it and almost won a round with pistols, but round 11 features full guns for the Na'Vi squad. Problem being, a single round win so far on the T side. Nate Sail beyond. Emat trying to find sanctuary here within the edge of the smoke, but Malbs is going to press that M4 down on him. They're willing to fall back. We've got Na'Vi players inside of smokes. Mattis thinking about maybe turning, and as he does, Emat comes through with the kill. Good damage there from Hunter, but he's not able to finish off the frag. Heavy got into the red room.
Well, that's the bomb spotted, but Bit will wisely get out of there.
Got cave control still for Alexi B. He's doubling back. Bomb could go join the A walkout, but Alexi's still cautious about a B push when there's players coming in behind him. Malbs is going to find him. That's Alexi down, but that's maybe going to make them think there's more to B than there really is.
Bit's really taking his time here. He thinks he's getting hunted down, but that's just not the case. It's like a dangerous moment. The bomb's in the site alone, but they can't actually capitalize on this.
Heavy God keeps working his way closer through Temple. Well-placed frag grenade's going to drop Wonderful to 60. That's going to take attention. Thing is, Hunter's the only player here for G2 that actually has the health to really make this retake happen.
It's another moment where they're just not watching everything. They're kind of like freaked out a little bit.
Heavy God finds a near fair duel. Two players low health. Malbs popped. Hunter's got to get it going, but he was the only player of the three without a kit. So he needs both of these kills and to scoop that up, and it's just not going to happen. Na'Vi wind up finding, at the very least, a second round at the end of the half. And I remind you of what happened on Dust 2. 7-3 G2 lead. Last two rounds of the half go Na'Vi's way. Switch sides. Didn't lose a round from there on out.
Right.
What is to stop them from doing something as unthinkable here on their own map pick?
And the funny part, though, is about all these dominant Na'Vi wins is they just never really even had to play a CT side, so we don't know how it's going to look when it's tested.
Time being, Heavy God and Sun Pius just continue to do the heavy lifting. Na'Vi shoot for a third round, best case. On a side of a map, they're usually formidable. Insta-kill for Alexi. Great trade from Mattis, but Bit still got the angle from Swamp. And that'll be a passive 4v3 secured by Na'Vi with red room control from Mikaze early on.
And he knows what the assignment is. Like, going too quickly in this spot is kind of silly. He's got his whole entry pack still alive. It's really on G2 to figure out if they're going to re-clear mid or not. And they are going to come forward now. They kind of need to make something happen. Nice shot, man. That was actually not an easy flick.
Execute comes into the B bomb site regardless of losing Mikaze. Hunter just maintaining the cave control. We'll see what Malbs' path is. He opts to go for the climb up and eventual flank. Frees up Sun Pius to no longer have to worry about the red room. But He'll be smoked off on.
Some pious.
Through the smoke, through the pillar, through Wonderful's skull. And as Bit grabs bomb, Sunpius, still in anticipation of some sort of a swing, has to be worried about that deep smoke. But as it fades, it's going to open up a route for him. But now we get this wrap back from Emet, and Sunpius's awareness, unreal. Bit, very little health to work with in this 1v2, softened up even further still. Cave smoke fades, Malb's route now open, and Bit is gonna push this clutch over to Sunpius. Both these players, 3 kills to their names, and as the Opera walks this one closer, executed by Bit. Much needed third round as... Now a CT side that Na'Vi aren't all too familiar with playing because of the usual dominance of their attacks. So Emet floats out mid. You got a lot of bodies over on elbow, but also not the fastest of G2 pistols. They'll pause in anticipation of some kind of a mid push, but it doesn't look like Na'Vi are gonna get that aggressive.
Actually, quick correction. They did start CT in 3 of those games. It was actually Mikaze mainly on CT side.
Okay.
I just extrapolated from watching this start on T side, assume that always happens. So
reverse everything we've said.
To it. Yeah. I mean, that's how they got their one-sided games.
Time to turn it around then. Emet hears the stomping and Donut. Yeah, easy shooting. You'd think. 3 players run by, they try to plant the bomb, and he serves up just enough of a distraction for the pressure to just come barreling out through CT spawn now. Mikaze's hunting targets, and he ends up getting caught in between. What? Heavy God nails the headshots in the middle of all that, and somehow Na'Vi, who opt to go aggressive in the middle before the bomb is ever planted, feed frags over.
Ooh, I like the peel back right now because Bit's going to look for a late timing to take a peek. No smokes available. We know how hard it is to defend a bomb plant. But he's got the right suspicion. They're coming back. Oh. There's that first peek. Bomb, last guy out. It's Malb. He's going to go for it.
Of course, as they just go back and forth to the duel. And the reload's now needed. Chance for Malbs to also get a fresh mag in. Oh, it's sloppy stuff.
Oh my
Someone's
goodness.
gonna die. And it's Bit in the end to put him down. Another clutch. Not his prettiest one, and he knows it.
Wow, but he doesn't care at all. That's a 4th round. That's another 1v2 for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd gouge my eyes out if I could
That's
too.
just a little unfortunate. That can happen. That can totally happen.
Pistols, you know, they're a thing of pistols are a thing of beauty until they're not.
Yes. And we are quite spoiled when we watch fights like that because at this level they all happen within like half a second. But
charging through all that, look at the health bars that they've got as they arrive on the bomb site. Oh, damn, Hunter. Give him the jiggle. Now the FAMAS comes through to close out. Mikaze, the driving force of Na'Vi's ancient success, is here with a bit of impact to close out.
Maybe we can give it to Bit for now, just because the 1v2s get them the eco there, get to the last round of the first half.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know, we did see a lot of impactful kills that moved the round forward, but not enough of a team to really make rounds of them when Mikaze got his frags.
Let's go!
That's Blade getting rowdy.
Is that really?
I swear that was. Doesn't feel like it could be, but I swear that was.
So maybe. Hunter with all these pistol frags, just to keep him honest. Now that had to be Alexi going. Now let's go, right?
Oh, there was an overlapping. Nice, let's
what's
go.
What's the Blade yell?
It doesn't usually, but I swear.
You have to do the impression. I swear, because I've never heard him speak loudly. Can you even do the impression?
No, because now I can't remember exactly what he said, but there was overlapping. Nice, let's go, guy. Ooh, you know what I mean? It was one of those, right? A collective hoorah.
It sounds like they all got punched right there.
I swear Blade was mixed into it. But even as I say it and believe it, it doesn't feel true. Mow them down outside of the doors. Never meant to get anything like that. Mattis, he'll catch one of the P250, but the bomb plant, yeah, that's off the table. 100% impossible to plant this bomb.
No shot that he plants this bomb. No shot at all.
Swept under the rug. Na'Vi win another one.
Couple good kills for G2 for what it's worth, but very clean anti-ecos. They look comfortable with these rushes. And Saw is going to try to stop the hemorrhaging. And they have enough timeouts to make this interesting, right? They just had such an easy go of it on CT side. They didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
So,
well,
man, this could make a difference. What are you thinking?
Nothing.
You were, though.
I forgot. I thought at the start of the event, we had, you know, the timeouts were
ticking upwards?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they not now?
No, they still are, but I thought it was the inverse.
Oh, okay.
I was just confused, and I was hoping to get away with it, but you've really exposed me here, Launders.
Oh, okay. I love doing that.
I know.
It's like my favorite hobby. And it's like live and everything, so there's nowhere for you to run.
Yeah, I just kind of, and I just give it up every time. I just really. Oh my goodness!
Nah,
what? Not the best run boost I've ever seen. But hey, they came in with an idea. You'll give them points for that. Makaze burnt to an absolute crisp. How does he get these ratings?
I don't know.
Not with plays like that.
Yeah, he also died to a Molly 100-0 in the first half.
Yes.
And still managed to have tons of impact.
Fired.
But he's a soldier, man. He said, "Send me out there. I'm flying through this no matter what." Those are the kind of teammates we all hope to find. Half this smoke has been ticked away. If they throw this in time or not. A little slowly. Yeah, I get him.
Not allowed off the bomb plant. Suddenly it's a man advantage retake here for Na'Vi.
Retake's very doable on Ancient.
Got low health on Alexi. Ema now dealt with. Mattis minimal cover here, trying to put the squeeze on. And now a well-timed peek out from Sun Pius, but he won't be able to manage a second one. Hunter's going to be looking for the wall bang. On a low-health bit, he elicits the reaction, but it's a bit of a panic there from Hunter.
Big time.
You know, sends 3 bullets through and then goes wide, but it's almost as if he writes off the threat that someone could be on the cover. So the only death before the bomb goes down is Makaze burning to a crisp. He's laughing at least at the end of this round, but that was nitty-gritty, and Na'Vi, it's insane, Mohan, but we're going through the same thing as Dust 2. Last 2 rounds of the first half,
right.
And so far flawless second side yet again.
Ooh, and not looking back.
It's the perfect round for production to bring up the round history.
Right, and it is Bit collecting kills still here on CT side, getting better by the round.
Flash and sail over top and middle. If you think you're going to get that close range fight, you're wrong. Makaze quick into Donut at the start of this one. And still a double up in the red room. So Na'Vi with a willingness to let mid go. Feels like they're going to aggress into it at some point. But the question will be what's there by the time they decide to make that move, because G2 start to collect for this B commitment.
Lexi's holding on to Cave.
Malbs has got to be careful. Galil just kind of checking this intermittently.
Yeah, they're going to go for the more passive rotations instead of jumping up, and that might be to their benefit. They're still holding on to a donut. I love actually the setup right now for Na'Vi in terms of what they can see.
G2 pause for a second. Bit throwing forward into the smoke. They eat their own frag grenade trying to come through. Horrible attempt to get through that smoke.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Hit by your own frag, exposed to the defenders, and so disjointed that the trades just don't come out. Ooh. Now it's an act of desperation from G2 to run it back into middle, and Makaze knows better than to hard commit. He'll allow for them to go forward into the donut, and they'll take this desperate run into the A bomb site, but G2 not the prettiest look as this round has gone on. Heavy God dealt with. It is a total flush of G2's round because they choke themselves up at the top of that ramp.
In terms of rotations, that was just actually exquisite from Na'Vi. I mean, I love how they were thinking about the re-clear down mid, but that's how they could have got shot in the back trying to jump up into heaven. They just stayed in the cutout. That means they keep mid vision. They keep donut vision in case a late rotation comes out. And then they get all their other players over to the B site, so it's very heavily stacked with an off on A. I mean, they had everything covered. It's usually on T sides I feel like I'm most impressed by, like a really detailed, well-called round out of Na'Vi, usually in the mid to late round when you get really creative. There's a good example of a CT setup where they can really flex their wit as well. I don't see a world where Na'Vi don't win one of these ecos. Their entry pack is so strong. They love plays like this. I'm going to say they love doing half buys, even though it does mean you just lost the last round.
Oh. Yeah, not as sneaky as you think, Makaze. Malbs walks up for the freebie. It's another opening kill for G2.
And the bomb's still outside of B.
Wonderful missing a shot. It's going to cause a bit of panic, surely, right? But at least he already has a second set of helping hands in Ime.
They're trying not to overreact.
Right? But now Alexi B walking forward. It's going to take a Tech-9 shot to the head. Bit has to be the savior. Not able to stop the bomb. Turns it back over. Gun changes hands, and Heavy God's now got this deep angle. Na'Vi have finally faltered, it seems. Ime is able to press into the short side. Could still be the savior of the round as he lines up the couple of kills. Hunter nowhere to be found.
They're not getting on it right away. Hunter's so low on health.
Both CTs operating with kits. They're going to throw utility behind them. They figured this one out. They're going to jump on top of that bomb and defuse it. All the while, Ime, from the bottom of that scoreboard, finds his moment with a triple kill as everybody else across the map falters. G2 almost broke through what has otherwise been a flawless CT side.
I'm telling you, they show some ingenuity on rounds like this, and that was a great chance. It was a nice find from Malbs. It made it very scary. I like how they pressed up into Donut just to show face. Almost caused some rotations, and they did have the two B players confused. Even had them worried about a mid lurk that didn't exist. Blade looking really animated right now as this game's 9-9. And again, this is all about the fact that it's Saw that's banked these timeouts, and he can use them. Heavy-hitting coaches that are going to try to leave a mark on this next round.
Nice!
Utility's been so stifling from the defense. Been difficult to get out elbow. Oh, the perfect cave play from Alexi. Half of that smoke was blown open, and he still just found the route through unspotted. So he's got his mark in on middle, and that was a frantic duel from both sides.
No kills on these last two players. Wonderful's stepping up to the plate. Very low on frags.
Sees the shadow. Early warning. Heavy God swept away, and Sun Pius, who was lights out back on the defense, has a difficult clutch ahead of him. But what he does have, what he has right now to his favor is a lot of space to plant this bomb before anybody can come and deal with the retake.
Man, he just doesn't believe it, though. He doesn't believe it. Is he going to stick it through? Yes. Okay, he does.
They think it's...
No,
okay.
they're
they turn back.
in.
Two players from middle, one into the red room. So Pius gets spotted early. And as he turns back, he doesn't know that there's a second player coming in from Donut. They start chucking out utility. Wonderful Zop already up close to the site.
This is the play, Sun Pius. He's kind of figured this out.
Turned back, he's got himself well positioned, tries to dodge and does, But then that fast move by Makaze, they know the retake's coming in rapid. Makaze's got another triple kill to his name. And so, Alexi B, I mean, devil in the details, being able to push out cave and tuck in, but half of the smoke was opened. And so for him to still find that perfect path and get away with the multi-frag, that is a difference maker of a moment, and it puts Na'Vi in the lead.
Yeah, big time. Just kept the material up. Even though he goes 1 for 1, they trade. And a flawless CT side.
This was a 9-1 game for G2 once upon a time. A large portion of this second map, and G2 felt untouchable. Things have changed. Frag grenade into elbow to open it up. It'll be the defense task with a 4 versus 5. Bit freed up to make his move. Also leaves his mark. Ime also on his own, floating in the mid. As a flash goes behind him, he'll clear all of this out. And as they go all in on long A, we've already got this move over by Na'Vi.
They've cleared everything. They know it's A. And G2 will know it now after hearing that flash. So the smokes come out. It's going to be a dogfight here on this site.
Everybody signing up for the gunfights. Bit and Alexi find them again. And Na'Vi can seemingly do no wrong with these repositions. Bit's headshot comes out onto Hunter. Sunpius to the back-to-back clutch. But we've already got Wonderful's op trained on the angle. And so he's going to try to play with the minute on the clock.
Oh, man. He's just, look at his face right now. 43 health left over. Bomb inside the A site. Can you believe how well Na'Vi are moving right now? Even the fact that they had Imma re-clear mid after all of that went down. And yeah, there's a flank taking place, but at a certain point, you know, Na'Vi are going to be too smart than to just laser on this one position. They're starting to clear everything else.
Team had to go hyper passive, and you could see Na'Vi just consider now the mid flank, but now you've got to reconsider the CT flank at a certain timing. And at what timing does that occur?
Wonderful's already thinking about the big flank. And
right, but
there's just no time to get the bomb and
nobody holding this one. He makes noise. Oh. There's a world where he somehow figures what's left of this.
Wait, where's he running to?
Pushing off into Donut. He thinks they're what? Both inside of Donut? He doesn't even try to play bomb?
I guess he doesn't believe there's any way to plant, but...
Attempts to go for the kill, thinking he'd be inside of Donut. Unfortunately for Sunpius, in such a great game, this one leaves a lot to be desired.
There is a world where it doesn't make sense to try to plant because you instantly just get peaked. But you know, maybe you should have just hoped that there was a second where you believed that it was a fake or something like that to just go for it. Either way, thought they would double up inside a Donut. That was not the case. That's an 11th for Na'Vi after another amazing bout of map control. Bit with the push down B ramp, Imma with the re-clear inside of mid, calling out that G2 completely evacuated it. All to rotate to A just in time. And I only brought up Wonderful's op kills earlier because he just hasn't got that many. They've been good, the ones he's gotten, but you know, you compare what Sunpius has done this game to Wonderful, and it's like, how come Na'Vi don't even need him right now?
Alexi decides to dive bomb into the cave. Him and Bit combined for the 5v3. And it's only, of course, once G2 start to feel like they've got footing. They're standing in their smokes, they're trying to put their game plan in position, and that's what they've been attempting to do this entire T side. Get into position, and from there, find success. But Na'Vi have been on top of them. Constantly active, and still at times willing to run some wild risks within it.
I love the late cutout play. Again, you keep Donut info. Makaze's going to clear this out. He's not going to see anybody here. He knows now they might fall back to A worst case. As two CTs are waiting for a push. Is Bit going to get caught off? He's looking.
Alexi, they're considering it down beneath, right? Heavy God just trying to look. He snaps it down. Top ramp, though, still holds strong. And all while Malbs was just looking to get his cave position rolling. Sunpius will find the wall bang. A silver lining in this 2 versus 4 attempt, but Cave player cut down. It's all Sunbias, held back by Wonderful. Late op impact from Na'Vi, and it's going to secure that coveted 12th round win.
It's crazy how close this game is, but also how great Na'Vi have played it. You know, on top of winning the pistol, getting the clutches is one thing, but even throughout that first half, it was a 9-1 start for G2, but even within those rounds, Na'Vi made it very competitive. This is turning into a brutal loss, obviously, for G2 with the arena on the line.
Soul crushing.
Oh my goodness.
Just the fact that you felt like you were in this game twice. In fact, so much so in the lead here on this map, even more so than you were on Dust 2, that it probably felt unlosable. Let alone to then see this Na'Vi who seem invincible. Back against the wall on both maps, but the changing of the sides dawns new colors as it is flawless, seemingly both times. And 1 year ago, Emes stepped into the BT arena not as a competitor, but just as a guest. And still, the chants of his name roared in this very place. Well, today, he qualifies, and it's not just